I'm showing you how to bleach the knots on your closure. I use the Shimmer Light shampoo. I'm using a mixing bowl, a brush, and I'm using that blue powder thing. That's to help low down the brassiness on the closure after you bleach the knots. That's the closure that I'm using. I got this from the beauty supply store for $40. Yes, $40. I'm showing you guys how it look and everything. Yeah, so right there I decided to use the 40 volume developer. I use the brand, I think it's called Star something, Supreme Star. This is a cheap brand, and I like to use it because it's not as fast as the other brands that's 40 developers. So the bleaching the knots is not gonna bleach that fast. You know what I'm saying? So I use like 3 capfuls of that, and then put the powder, mix it. The consistency you want to get from doing this, it like thick, like frosting or like peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? The consistency I was mixing, it was a little too loose, so I decided to put more powder in the bowl and stuff, and a little bit more of the developer, because you want to get the consistency of like peanut butter or frosting. Okay, you don't want it to be really creamy, because if you put put the like if it's creamy and stuff and you put it on the closure on the knots, it will seep through, and the roots of the closure of the hair, it will be like light brown, and you don't want to have light brown roots and the rest of your hair is black. That's gonna look so ugly. So yeah, the reason why you want to bleach the knots of your closure is to give it a more realistic, like to look like a scalp, and not looking wiggish or wiggy or whatever. So yeah, and it takes a minute to get the right consistency. So just take your time with this, because this is a really, really, really important step. So as you can see there, I'm holding it up and it's not falling down. So that's a good sign that it's thick enough. And you don't want it to be too thick where you put on the closure and it doesn't do anything, bleach the knots, whatever. So I start in the middle, and I gently put it on there. You don't want to be too hard, because we're not trying to get light brown roots. Okay, we don't want it to seep through the closure. So I gently put it on the knots or whatever, and I'm just trying to make sure it's all over the closure. I do the sides, the back, and stuff, and I'm just gently like pushing it in. Make sure you take your time with this, because it's so easy to make a mistake. I know I made a couple mistakes along doing like bleaching the knots of closures and stuff. And when you reach to the front of the closure, like you see the baby hairs and stuff, you really want to be careful right there, because sometimes I would be a little too harsh on there, and then the root of the baby hairs would be light brown. But don't worry, if you're doing the closure and you bleaching the knots and the roots are light brown, you can easily just take a mascara and just go over the light brown roots, because you know, if you're doing this for the first time, you're gonna probably make a mistake, and that's okay. But to fix the mistake, just use a black mascara or whatever, and then just go over the light brown roots and stuff, and boom, it's fixed, and nobody could tell the difference or whatever. So yeah, right there, I'm just being really gentle towards the front. Like, you do not want it to seep through, and I'm really taking my time in the front and stuff. So yeah, I'm still putting more, because sometimes I would not put enough, and there will still be black dots by the baby hairs, and you don't want that and stuff. So I just put a good amount, and just taking my time. You do not want to rush while doing this. So just take your time and take your time. Just take your time. There's no need to rush. Yeah, and I'm just making sure every bit of the closure is covered with the bleach or whatever. And yeah, and I'm just going over it and making sure everything is covered. Left the bleach on for 40 minutes. For if you're just starting out, do it 30 minutes and check it each 10 minutes. Rinsing it off, the bleach off, and this is how it looks before I even shampooed it. Look how realistic it look. Look how it look. It looks like a scalp. It looks it don't look like a wig. So I'm using the purple Shimmer Lights whatever shampoo, and I'm just scrubbing in it the closure so there's no bleach left. I'm rinsing the shampoo off, and I'm making sure you rinse everything off. Now I'm putting conditioner on the closure and on the hair. Once you bleach the closure, you will feel that the closure will feel a little hard and stuff. So to soften it up, you will use a conditioner. And I make sure I saturate the conditioner in the hair and stuff. And this is how it looked. This is how it turned out. And look, scalp vibes. Like this look like a scalp, okay? Is it a real scalp? No, but it looks like one. So this is the finished look. This is how it came out, and it's giving me scalp vibes. It looks like a scalp. Thanks for tuning in, and check out my next videos coming up, and bye.